Hello guys, got a mail day today. First mail day of 2016. It's an eBay pickup, so let's get into it. Uh, I got two of these from eBay because number one, they were from the same seller. Number two, it goes to my registry, and I want two of these. Um, One is for a friend of mine. Both gets tens. I'll give 110 to a friend of mine and 110 to uh, myself, of course. And we'll get both of these graded. But this is from, I think it's from 2000. I'm not sure. This is probably one of his harder cards to find, uh, simply because it was a low numbered for back in them days. Um, Not a lot seen on eBay. I think these are the first two I've seen in 2015. Um, One is numbered 112 of 299. And you think cards today are 299 is too high numbered? And this one is 173 of 299. Back in 2000, 2001, cards back in them days were pretty high as far as um, yeah, this is from 2009, 2010. But yeah, if you find a card, I'm I'm sorry, if you find a card that's hard, that's low numbered back in the early 2000s or even 1998, 99 of anybody back in them days, it was hard to find. It's harder to find these cards, even 2009, 2010. Got two of these. Vince Carter. Um, Shit, I can't even read it. Sean May. Of course, you got Vince Carter and Raymond Felton. Those are the three people on this thing right here. And number to 299, both of them are. That's what the card looks like. I'm gonna get both of them graded. I don't care what they look like. I just want both of them graded. Um, that's probably one of his best jersey cards I've seen. Not patch. I'm not into patches that much. I mean, I like patches. Don't get me wrong. Anybody does. They look quote nasty. Um, but yeah, these will go to my Vince Carter registry when they're through. One of them will go to a friend of mine though. I haven't decided which one. Whichever one grades better, I'll keep, and then the one uh, probably lower will probably go. Or if both of them grade the same thing, I'll give one to a friend. Here are the ones in my registry right now. Um, the 2014 Panini Excalibur. These are in the set now. These are in the registry from this year. I added these to my registry. Uh, 2000 or 1998 UD Black Diamond. The first one got a 9. That's the first one I sent, by the way, to get graded, and it got a 9. Usually these cards, um, these cards are really bad for chipping, have chipping issues. Um, there is a PSA 10 on the quadruple diamond. I don't know why they're selling it for what they're selling it for, but it's hard to find. It's one of them harder cards to find. 98 Ultra Gold Medallion. This is the one that I actually cracked out of a Beckett case. It was a 9, and it went to PSA and got a 6. Then I cracked it out of PSA, the PSA case, before they switched to these, and it got a 9. Go figure. Sure. Here's the one I sent to BGS back in May, I think it was. May of 2015. The 1998 UD Ionics, which is the insert version of the Ionics rookie card. This is the Kinetics, what they call it, Kinetics. And this would be a good numbered card, but they never did number it. If this card was numbered to, like, say, 15, this would have been a good damn card to have. This would be expensive right now because I mean, for the money they paid back in the day for that kind of, I mean, if you've seen the card in person, you understand. This card is absolutely flawless. I mean, it's shiny. I mean, it sort of looks like the cards of nowadays. But if Panini was to get into this type of card making, the way this card was made, they'd make a killing. This is a pretty hard card to find nowadays. This card is numbered to 1,000. That's what I meant by 1,000 back then was astronomically hard to pull because they didn't pull them. They didn't put them in every pack. They didn't put a numbered card in every pack back in them days. I think the numbered cards were like, I mean, you'd be lucky to get a numbered card in every uh, 7 or 8 packs back in them days. But this is numbered to 1,000. It's roughly, wow, 998 of 1,000 in 1998. No, I'm just kidding. Um, the rookie FX Gold from UD Encore and got a 9. Got that one graded, I think, about September, I think. And I got one right now at PSA, and I'm hoping for an upgrade on this card because this card will go up more in value than the others because it's numbered. And autograph cards were really hard to pull back in the day. Here's the most common one of Vince Carter. Um, and yeah, this is a Vince Carter, sort of Vince Carter PC day. The very first video of 2016. Topps Vince Carter from 1998 Topps. Got a PSA 10. PSA 10. And I got doubles, 1 or 2 doubles maybe. This is row 2 of Flair Showcase. Row 2 of Vince Carter. And they never did number these cards. These cards were really, I think row 1 is is the one that's numbered. Row 2 and row 3 are not. I like this one better. I actually like that one. That one got a 9. This one right here from 2000 Bazooka was just a basic common card. Uh, it's actually a sticker. If you can see on the back of it, it's actually a sticker. So uh, got a BGS or PSA 9 on it. It's from Bazooka Vince Carter Comics. This one is a hard card to get centered. This was graded in 1998, I think, because it's got a 0 at the very beginning of the serial number, and usually those cards are graded anywhere from 1992 to 1998. And this is one of those side snap PSA cases back in the day when they had the little holofoil sticker on the side. But still, that was inventive back in them days. I'll probably get some of these sent to PSA to get them reholdered because some of them are scuffed up a little bit. But I've had this one in my collection for a long time. That one right there, I've had that one. That's probably one of the ones I held on to during the time I wasn't collecting. Here's one that I got graded. That's pretty hard to find. Number to 400, and it was astronomical to find one in a PSA 9 back in them days, because these cards is a refractor version. Number to 400. 1999 Bowman's Best refractor. The refractor for 1998, I think it's numbered to, I think the refractor for Bowman's Best back in the day, this card right here in a refractor form, I actually think that the refractor version from 1998 is also numbered to 400. But this one right here just came back last month, and that one right there got a 10. I didn't think it would even pull a 9 or an 8, but it actually got a 10. I wiped it down with a terry cloth because it looked dull. I didn't really think it was going to make the grade for a 10, but apparently it did. It got a 10, so I'm happy about that. This one came back, I think, in November's submissions. 1998 Fleer Brilliance. Vince Carter PSA 10. This sort of reminds me of Topps Valor a little bit. The background sort of reminds me of Topps Valor a little bit. This right here, people say the kids nowadays, they love the acetate autos, blah blah blah. But if you really think about it, wonder what these cards would have gone for back in the day if they were autographed. Can you imagine what these cards would go for back in the day if they were autographed? This is the 1998 Skybox. Vince Carter EX Century. Got that one. Here is the UD Ionics rookie card that I was telling you guys about. And the technology of this card is out of sight. I mean, if you really think about it, if Panini came out with a card like that, I mean, real, dude. Got a PSA 10. This sort of looks like Prism a little bit, huh? Pretty cool, huh? I got one on the way, but I got two of them right here. I wanted all three of them uh, because it was one of the cheaper rookie cards from 1998 to buy. In a 10, you could get these for 120 each, except for the refractor form, of course. Back in the day, the refractor went for like $600 to $800 in a PSA 10. But this one is the regular version of the finest Vince Carter. And here is the one with the coating. See, it's got the sticker, the coating on it with the sticker on it. Each one of these went for like $120. And this is, as you notice, the bottom of the card, it says nothing. And the bottom of this one says with coating. And the one that I'm getting will have this on it, but on the bottom it will say non-protected. And what that means that the non-protected version and this one are the same. When somebody sends a card in, and what really gets me, it's the same exact card, but what really gets me is people will tend to uh, add something to the card, which really ain't there. Uh, Beckett recognizes it as just a Topps Finest card. PSA recognizes it as both non-protected and a regular card. Both of them. It depends what the seller, the grader, not the grader, but the submission person wants on the card, on that particular card, because some don't know about the non-protected variety. Non-protected usually means basically it's a regular card. It doesn't have the sticker on it, or they pulled the sticker off from it to make it non-protected. It's probably um, one of the ones that have the uh, the easiest turnaround of all the Vince Carter cards. You can sell them better than the others because everybody is so fond of Topps Finest. And here is one that I had when I first started collecting Vince Carter. I pulled this out of a pack, but it was Dirk Nowitzki. I didn't really want it, so I threw it away. Didn't like Dirk Nowitzki because he wasn't an American back in the day. Um, I always wanted Vince Carter. Uh, but these cards back in the day were going for $1,200. Why? I don't really know. But this card was actually graded in the 90s. It's got a zero. It's got a zero on the very first number is a zero, so it was graded in the 90s. anywhere from 92 to 98, because 1999 cards graded started with the 1. Uh, this is the most, probably the hardest one to find out of all the cards, and it's probably the most underrated card of Vince Carter's. Not a lot of people will buy this card at a high price now because everybody thinks it's a common card, which it ain't. It's not really that common. From 1998, Molten Metal, Metal Explosion. It's actually a metal card, just like the printing plates. Matter of fact, they could have made this a printing plate if they actually wanted to, but they didn't. Metal Explosion, Vince Carter. Nowadays, if you find one of these raw, it'd probably be hard to get a 10 in it right now because of the chipping. Back in these days, you bet a card like this was meant to be graded right away if you wanted it graded. So this is actually a metal card. Yes, it rattles. They'll probably, if you had it reslabbed, they'd probably put plastic in it. If you had it reslabbed. Yep. I'm thinking about sending this one back in. Here is another one. PSA will no longer grade these cards, just for the simple fact that it's a CD and not a card. And number two, they say uh, they say they are hard. They get broke inside the case. They get broke inside the case. I've had this card a year. I have not taken it out of my case. I just put it in there with the others. You got a PSA 10 from the UD Power Deck card. Got a PSA 10. These cards were pretty rare back in the day too. These were like one in a case. Probably get one in a case. Not one in a box, one in a case. Um, Here's one of the autographs I have of Vince Carter without the 15 number on it. Um, 2005 luxury box Vince Carter one man show autograph PSA 9. And this was a care package from somebody that gave it to me. Thank you very much. I can't remember who gave it to me. I'm old. I can't remember. Here is another one. I bought this one. I actually bought two of them. One I gave away to somebody because they like Vince Carter. It didn't matter what grade they had it in. I think it was Willman, Sean, or I think it was Mr. Willman I gave it to. 1998 Collector's Edge Vince Carter Impulse Pro Signatures from 1998 Edge. And this right here, I sort of had a terry cloth, and you know the things that you clean your glasses with, that the doctor says that you can only use those. Well, that's what I rubbed on this card because it looked pretty dull, like the Bowman's Best rookie card. Sort of looked dull, so I mean, it sort of looked dull, but I didn't think it was going to get a 10, but the other one got a 6. Um, Here is another. I didn't know I had this, but it's the other Ionics rookie card. Uh, Apparently, the auctioneer had two of these up for grade for $15. I couldn't resist. So I bought them both. But this is probably one of his cheapest rookie cards. But if Panini was to ever get these cards numbered, if they made a card like that, the Ionics with the Ionics logo on it, or Crusade, put a Crusade logo and make it designed like that. Here is some more cards I added to my registry. Vince Carter Crusade Orange die cut, PSA 9. I got another orange die cut at PSA. Try to upgrade that to a 10. Got a camel upgrade to do. If you guys got any camel Crusade from Excalibur, anybody bust any Excalibur this year? That was a Target exclusive. It wasn't hobby version release. Purple. The purple is numbered to 75. Got a 9. Got a PSA 9. Purple. All these cards from Excalibur were added to my registry, so I got these in my registry now. Which added probably 25 more to the registry. Now there's like 600 cards in that registry set for the all-time Vince Carter. It's unbelievable. Over 900 cards. There's actually more than 900 cards, but I don't think people want to add to it. 2014 Panini Excalibur Crusade Orange die cut. Did I just show you an orange die cut? Oh, I got two of them. I didn't even realize that. And both of them were graded with the orange background. Wow, I didn't even realize I had two oranges. Yeah. 247, 248. Wow. So I got two oranges, both PTS 9. So if anybody needs a 9, so if anybody needs one of these, let me know. I keep one for my registry set. I don't think I added. They said I couldn't add it. And here is the probably the best one that I have out of the Excalibur set. Knights of the Round. When these, you know what I really hate? When these cards first come out, even the base were like going for like hella money. It was unbelievable. I mean, damn. This card right here, when it first came out, just because it looked really cool and it was shiny and it sort of has a Panini logo feel to it, sort of. And it has the letters EPM or MEMP in the middle of it. It says Knights of the Round. It has a EMP. Excalibur. I don't know what the EMP stands for. But anyway. See how shiny it is? If you put it up close to you. See where the P is? See that P? There's a E up there too. Let's see if we can pick it up. like right beside it, right beside the P, there's an E. Then under the P, there's a letter too. EMP. I never could understand what the EMP stands for. The E would probably be Excalibur. The P would probably, I don't know what the P would be. Uh, EM or whatever. It says, but anyway, it's Knights of the Round die cut. Got a 10. But anyway, I bought this card. Uh, these first came out, they were going for like $60. I'm like, dude, they're going to be rare. I know they are. So uh, I sort of put my closure uh, for the for the most part on my football collection for right now because I want to start collecting more of my basketball that I didn't collect when I was younger. Um, these will probably go in my. A few of them I'll keep out here, but these will probably go to my vault back in the other room. Um, actually, got two. Anybody wants to know? But anyway, um, just to let everybody know, if you got any Vince Carters that you want to get rid of or swap cards, I don't buy these. I swap, trade because uh, the value of these cards are not really that high. So it's not worth it for me to spend $20 or $30 on a card on these cards since the value on them have gone drastically down since 1998. I won't put any money into these except for grading fees. Um, just for the simple fact that these cards right here, they're not really sellable, really. Nobody won't buy them. So I just like Vince Carter because he was the shit in 1998. And that was the year I loved basketball. Uh, but anyway, uh, these will be my next ones going to PSA for my registry. I got Vince Carter card, another one of these going to PSA next month. Um, and uh, these will probably go to PSA for resale. Probably go back to PSA for resale on those. But when I send cards to PSA, these will be the other two cards I will add to the Excalibur set. These are in the registry already because I've had these graded before, but I have sold them graded. They were in my registry, but I didn't want them in the registry, but PSA put them in the registry after I added them to the registry. They're still in my registry, but they're sold. So the people that have them, um, probably don't have a PSA registry. They probably just collect them for the hell of it. But those have been gone for a while. So, but anyway, it's almost 35 minutes. Long video. That's probably the longest one I've done. Talk to you guys later. Have a happy new year. Stay out of trouble. Be good to one another.